So I'm seeing this conversation out there about there's a trend going on lately. You might have seen it. It's about wives retiring their husband. I'm actually having a conversation with my partner about this. It seems that some people are triggered. They're thinking it creates this low down, dirty, good for nothing, lazy man. And I think it's a layered conversation actually. So let's break this down. Let's dive in. Let me just share my thoughts. There's a space where obviously, I think first and foremost, being a masculine, grounded man, that you seek to provide and protect so much. Now, here's the first level of what I think I hear when I hear this conversation come up. Some people are saying that, oh, it's actually just marketing. This is being sold as, if you join our MLM, multi-level marketing, then you'll make so much money and that's the play, right? You can retire your husband. I think it's a bit more layered than that. It's not just a white or black situation. There's a lot of gray minutia in there. And I think coming from being a masculine, grounded man, what comes to mind first when I hear that is that a man naturally wants to provide and protect, wants to generate income, wealth, leave a legacy, all that good stuff. So what I hear in my world, my background, and my experience is actually a situation where a man has worked, he has slaved, he has provided a way, a means, and maybe it's not his purpose, maybe it's not his passion, maybe he's just doing what he needs to do, getting his masculine work put in brick for brick, and building a lifestyle and a future for family and his partner. And that spouse is therefore empowered and has the freedom to choose and pursue her own interests, career, profession, business, side hobby, side hustle, doesn't matter. But the scenario being, because I think this was actually very successful women coaches, and maybe they're coaching inside of MLM. I didn't actually read the article, but just this trend of wives retiring husbands is what hit my radar. And so when I think of that, I think of a man, a masculine man who has done the work to provide the means for his partner to then be able to pay it forward, pay it back. And in that scenario, I totally align. It makes perfect sense. If I've worked so hard to give us this lifestyle that you and our children can enjoy, or maybe just you, if that's the lifestyle, that you now have the free time to go and pay it back, because now you, we, the children, our family, our tribe, village, get to enjoy me as a part of it. Not just I've had that experience as a masculine man and provider, being at the top of the village, the chief on the hill in his hut, but I'm always away, I'm always grinding, I'm always gone. And don't get me wrong, it serves its place. Masculine is not supposed to be in the womb, in the comforts of the home. That's a feminine space. So as masculine is out there in the world of men, slaving, battling those demons and dragons, climbing that mountain, it makes perfect sense to me that, oh, you can reach this point, especially if it's not his passion, if it's not his purpose. Because here's to that other side, right? That's one side. Those lazy men, good for nothing men, that example of a man that is going to sit around and do nothing now, be taken care of, sugar mama, whatever the case may be. To a degree, being a hardworking masculine man, I can see the appeal, and I would argue a truly masculine, grounded man is not going to be satisfied with that type of life, quality of life. I mean, for anyone, man or woman, fact of the fact is, if you've got nothing to live for, not children, family, partnership, some sort of goals, weight loss, it doesn't matter, read a book, learn a language, travel the world, anything, if you have nothing to live for, yeah, sitting around playing video games, watching sports, other people pursue their dreams, watching life go by, or spend your partner's money for any human being, that's not really satisfying, fulfilling for masculine, grounded man. That's not, it's going to be a hollow shell of whatever a man he would be. I assert, for a grounded masculine man, his leadership is going to be called out by all the things he sees in the world that he wants to show up and make a difference in. So to that, my take personally, just the architects here, I think it's a brilliant space to be in. I think it's a sense of accomplishment from either side. That's the element of, I think, what men yearn for so much, the ones that, while I don't agree with a 50-50 dynamic, I think that's the ideal for quality. The potential of, no different than I can support what's needed for the house, be a house dad, house husband, whatever the case may be. You can go and earn the bread and retire someone, not to just be taken care of, kick their feet up. The equality is that yes, it can go both ways. So often inside of this 50-50 conversation, there's men on one side, oh, let's split everything. Let's go stag on all the checks. Let's split all the bills down the middle. And that's bullshit to me. And at the same time, with women, oh, you make your money for us, I make my money, that's my money. Again, that's bullshit to me. If it's a context of equality, coming together in partnership, we're all out to thrive and thrive together with our partner to experience the best life possible and provide a way for our legacy, our family, to grow generational wealth. And so inside of that, like, yeah, I definitely can see and understand to it. And again, now here's the caveat, and I do a lot of work in the men's space. The average man. We're in a space where the masculine, the healthy, mature masculine man that I speak to is an outlier nowadays. The average man does not know himself, does not know his purpose, does not know his direction. I'm talking about young men, old men, doesn't matter the age. So being grounded, having that masculine essence, that urge that's going to pour forward and draw more out of him, regardless of whether or not he has to get up and go bring in the bread. Go ahead and make the bread, get the bag, bring home the bacon. Those men would utilize that opportunity and pay it back compounded more. And it's a mutual cyclical scenario. Those men that would take advantage, that would do nothing to their character. We're in a space where generations of men on generations of men have lacked leadership, have lacked guidance, have even in most recent times lacked a place to be men, to connect with manhood, to see masculinity, to be guided, to be connected to that purpose and that grounded masculine sense. There's so much stripped away that no longer, simply because of your genitalia, simply because of your chromosomes, your biology that you're born with, makes you a man. Now you have to actually distinguish and live into that. And the unseen testosterone, hormones, things that are underneath are suppressed inside and no longer accepted outside. So the majority, the average men, would likely fall into that latter category, to not utilize such an advantage, and likely would not be in the position that I spoke of earlier, where they have worked and slaved and paved the way for their partner to retire them. But you know, who am I? Dwayne Langham, just the architect, just a man. And this is my sandbox. So this trending topic, it caught my ear, and I found it so interesting, so layered, so complex. I'd love to know your thoughts. Drop them down below. Let's get a discussion going on this. What is your take? What do you feel is right, wrong, up, down? Does it make sense? Is it marketing? Is it a ploy? Would it be taken advantage of? Is everything ass backwards? Going to hell in a handbasket? I want to know your thoughts. Drop them down below.